I'm not saying who, they got 22 points out of 43. So that was like the benchmark, so to say, by which you can give the best credit. 6 teams who qualified, the people you see on stage today. Alright, Kosai sir is here. Let's have a big round of applause for the principal of humongous total of more than 70 teams who turned up here at our Institute of Technology on a Saturday morning for a quiz. So before we applaud them, I want you to give yourselves a huge round of applause for doing tremendous work. As I said, 70 teams, more than 70 teams, 6 qualified, less than 10%. That's how the cookie crumbles. Can't help it. Let's see who qualified in no particular order. Let's have on this mic, I want the teams to introduce themselves as I call out their names. This is how they're going to be seated: 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'll announce how we pass and stop as we go on. Alright, at team number 1, calling themselves the Traveling Pillsburies.
Sumant, and this is Vivendo.
Sumant and Vivendo. Give them a big round of applause. Traveling Pillsburies. Team number 2.
This is Suraj and Yash.
And you're calling yourself?
Glasgow Strangers.
Glasgow Strangers. Team number 2, Suraj and Yash.
This is Niranjan. I have with me Raman. We are Sat Quizma.
Sat Quizma, Niranjan and Raman. Give them a round of applause.
I am George. Dr. Sajan. We are QuizCorp.
Okay. Now team number 4, and I want a round of applause to them, the only college team who made it on stage. Break one of my cardinal rules and tell you how they scored in the ellipse. 22, one of the top 2 teams who had that. Team number 5.
This is Vikram. I am Srinath. We are called Audio Kill the Radio Star.
Audio Kill the Radio Star. Srinath and Vikram.
Okay, this is Anand and Ananya. We are Karthik Bose SC.
Team number 6, Anand and Ananya, Karthik Bose SC. After the quiz is over, you can maybe ask them in Funda behind Karthik Bose. Nice story. If there is any. If there is any. Alright, so we're set. As I said, welcome back after the ellipse. So this rebooted edition of the General DC Joshi Memorial Quiz. To give you a brief background, this quiz was one of the quizzes to go to ever since it started in the late 90s. I used to be here as a quizzer myself. And long before people heard of the landmark Pune Open, long before people heard of in Pune, long before people heard of the any other big opens that are there. BC Joshi was the quiz that we all marked on our quizzing calendars as this date is set for a trip out of Pune. So let's have a round of applause for the rebooted BC Joshi quiz here at the Army Institute of Technology. And we hope to make this an annual event going forward. And let's try and make sure that the next year we need 2 auditoriums for the events. Right? Right. Simple rules for the quiz, for the finals. Before the rules are announced, I'll put them on the stage. These are the rules. The best of the lot. There are the rules. I do. Which is just a statistic way of saying that the Quizmaster's decision is final and binding for the purpose of this quiz. The rest are the serious ones. 36 questions, okay, I made it a little extra. 42 questions via infinite bounds, because as you all know the answer to everything is 42, right? DLP. 42 questions on infinite bounds, and how infinite bounds works is, I ask a team a question, if they cannot answer it passes to team 2, if team 2 answers, they get a full 10 points, the next question goes to team 3. So that way, by the end of the quiz, we make sure, at least in theory, that every team gets an equal number of direct questions. Otherwise, what will happen is, I ask team 1 a question, they don't answer, it goes to team 2, and the next question again goes to team 2. That's what we call infinite bounds. It's a little confusing when you hear it for the first time. However, as we go ahead, in the first 2 or 3 questions, it should become pretty clear. At the halfway stage, which is in this case 21 questions, we'll go the other way around. Right now, we're flowing 1 to 6. We'll flow the other way around, 6 to 1. There are 2 special rounds at one at the halfway stage, one at the end. At the halfway stage, we have a clue-matic round. One person or entity or whatever clue per team. That clue will have 3 hints to it. You answer it on the first hint to get n number of points, and so on and so forth. When we come to that round, I'll announce it to you. Each correct answer in the infinite bounds round gets the team who answers it 10 points, and the next question goes to the next team. And if I feel that a team has gotten close enough, but just not close but no cigar, so we will give them a little cigar, half points. But as I said, as the Quizmaster's discretion. Anything, any doubts? Open up. There are loads of audience questions. Anything that the teams don't answer passes to you. After every 10 or 12 questions, I'll give you a couple of audience questions, so just put up your hands and answer. There are loads of audience prizes at stake. Our sponsors, Persistent Systems, have made sure that the teams who win, as well as the people who sit through the quiz, get lots of audience prizes and cash prizes. And we have prizes for the best team name as well, which I'll announce when we come to it in the middle of the quiz. So if everybody is set, teams are set, no further ado, we'll take you to question 1 for team 1. Raised by X in 1990, it is considered to be the largest dedicated counter-insurgency force in the world. It was created specifically for fighting insurgency by complementing the weak local security forces in the area. Ever since its inception, this force always consisted of army officers and jawans who are on deputation from their respective units for a period of 2 to 3 years. Now, the question, and that incidentally is their insignia of whatever it is I'm talking about. 2 parts to this question. Identify the force which I'm talking about and who is X. That's for team number 1. I hope everybody can see the screen, not too much light.
Yeah, our guest would be X is General BC Joshi and the force is Rapid Action Force.
Okay, they have said that X is General BC Joshi, so they're going with the first question always being somehow related with the title of the quiz, and Rapid Action Force. Team number 2.
This is the Indian peacekeeping force for Sri Lanka led by Rajiv Gandhi.
Okay, team number 3. Keep it on, I guess. Switch it off and pass it through.
X is General BC Joshi. The force is Black Cats.
Black Cats, General BC Joshi. We're sticking with the BC Joshi fight. Team number 4. It's on, the mic is on. And I need you to answer fast.
Is it the National Security Guard?
The National Security Guard, and who is X?
PC Joshi.
Okay. They might be wrong for all you know. Team number 5.
Numbers are guessed. So we're guessing Assam Rifles and BC Joshi.
Assam Rifles and BC Joshi. Team number 6.
Okay, we're guessing Rashtriya Rifles and Chaudhary, Shankar Singh Chaudhary, Shankar Rai Chaudhary.
Okay. So I'll give the mic back to team 1. Anybody in the audience? Yes. Rashtriya Rifles and BC Joshi. 5 points to team 1 for BC Joshi. 5 points to team 6 for Rashtriya Rifles. And it passed all the way through. So the next question, they got the last one, but you got points for it as well. The next question goes to team 2. You got points for it. Next question for team 2. XY is an official statement issued by one intelligence agency to other agencies. It states that an individual or group is unreliable for one or more reasons or purposes. It is essentially a directive for the recipient to disregard or dash X all information derived from that individual or group. When X, which is the blank, the spy's connection to the parent espionage organization is terminated, leaving him or her with no prior work history, no support network, and in essence, no identity. What is XY? Team 2.
X is burn, XY is burn notice.
Burn notice. Currency on television. Burn notice. Okay. 10 points to team number 2. Don't go by the first 2 or 3 questions. This is easy. This is stupid. It will wrap up. Team number 3 gets the next. This graph was drawn up in November, December 2000. Can we dim? I'm giving the first team a little bit of time, and then the other teams, if they pass it, they don't get that. Their answer on the top of the hand.
Runs scored by
Okay, Mike.
Runs scored by Sachin Tendulkar in 1 day and tests.
Bang on, 10 points. This is basically in 2009. The blue column represents tests. The orange or brown column represents one-day international runs. And this is a period of 4 years each. So 89 to 93, 94 to 97. Good thinking. I seriously do not know why you waited that long to answer. Did you calculate it? Alright. 10 points to team 3. The next question goes to team 4. Palmatoke, a Danish legendary hero and a chieftain, Eagle, brother of Volundy, a blacksmith from Norse myth. Third is Punka, a character from Malleus Maleficarum, a 1487 treatise on witches by Heinrich Kramer. Hemming Wolf from Danish folklore, and William of Cloudsley from a Northumbrian ballad. This is not an exhaustive list, so there may be more in this list. Plus, the most famous name which we all know is missing from this list. Which is funny in a way, because missing is not a word you would normally associate with any of these guys. So who is missing, and what is it that these guys are most famous for? 2 parts to the question for team number 4. From Symbiosis Law. 5 people from a list. There may be more in this list. I have omitted the most famous name, and I'm willing to bet my last shirt that everybody in this audience knows that last name. So which name is that? And what are all these guys famous for? And while they think, a pointer to all of you who are wondering why the questions are framed the way they are framed, what we try to do is keep the questions workable. So you should actually get some kind of a clue or a hint from something in the slide, in addition to which you put your existing knowledge and come up with a gem of an answer. That is how the questions are framed. So that makes it more interesting for you as well. Because one team already has the answer. That unfortunately is a team in the audience. Team 4, do we have an answer?
Passing.
Do you have Rajnikant in your team? Then you don't get points. Team 5.
We're guessing asterisks. person is missing
So,
asterisks.
asterisk is missing. What are they famous for?
These are all inspirations for various characters in the Asterix comics. That being white statistics, that being fully automatic, and so on.
Okay. Oh, blacksmiths are
Yeah.
fully automatic.
Yeah, that.
Good find out, but not the right one. Team 6. We have the audience prizes ready now. I've got a gut feeling that this might go all the way around. Team 6.
Okay, we are guessing, I don't know why, but we are guessing Macbeth.
Macbeth. And what are they famous for? Other than washing their hands continuously?
That is really nice. Is it the legend of
The prophecies and
now that the ghost comes back to haunt you?
Okay. No, Team 1. Past question, so I need an answer immediately.
Yes, Eric the Red.
Eric the Red.
Who went across to them to find America.
Okay. Also referenced in one of the Asterix comics. Team 2.
So our answer is the missing person is Thor Heyerdahl.
Okay.
And this is the crew of the Kontiki. So they decided to name themselves after all these people from around mythology.
Nice point. Again, but not true. Team 3.
So this is Kilroy,
Kilroy.
and
Kilroy.
all these guys who are missing were here, was written.
Okay, good. I can call you points. Audience.
We don't know anybody else, but Pankaj was the guy who was asked to shoot an apple off his son's head before the most famous guy of the day.
Brilliant, brilliant. Give them a big round of applause. Pankaj Gokhale, all the way down from Mumbai. Please give him an audience prize. The person who's missing is William Tell, and they're all famous for shooting an apple off somebody in their family's head. Brilliant answer, Shubham. Give him a round of applause. William Tell. Passed all the way around. The next question again goes back to team 4. X, also called gluep or lurch, is the common name referring to a polymer that is formed by the cross-linking of polyvinyl alcohol with a boron compound. Making X from polyvinyl alcohol-based glues such as Elmer's glue and borax can be done as an elementary science education experiment. X is also a non-Newtonian fluid that flows under low stresses but breaks under higher stresses and pressures. This combination of fluid-like and solid-like properties makes it a Maxwell solid. I'm not from a science background, so I just copy-pasted it from a lot of places. Its behavior can be described as being viscoplastic or gelatinous. Long question, short answer. What is X? Team 4. Again, X is something which is very, very famous. It is just that we don't dig a little deeper to find these background patterns. Team number 4 has the direct for 10 points. If they don't answer, it passes all the way around. And if these people don't answer, you get a shot at it. At the end of about 10 or 12 questions, I'll ask a couple of questions to you in the audience. And we have scores at the end of roughly the halfway stage. And then a couple of more times so that we can know who's where. Okay, I want an answer now, team 4.
We're just guessing, is it thermocol?
Thermocol. Nice guess. But no, team 5.
We're guessing flubber.
Brilliant! Flubber! That is flubber. Flubber, as in the absent-minded professor is flubber. Flubber is actually a name in science, also called gluep or lurch. And now you can see how the pieces fall into place for the rest of the description. 10 points to team 5. Very good answer. Next question to team 6. Okay, cricket. What better team to go to than Anand Shivshankar and Ananya Dekar? This no is a former Australian Queensland cricketer who made his Test cricket debut alongside Adam Gilchrist in 1999. He played in 2 tests that year versus Pakistan, both tests versus Pakistan in Australia. In his debut test, he was involved in a record stand of 86 runs with A. A is 1 person. And in that incident, this guy scored just 6, the other guy scored 8. However, this guy is best into question mark best. Remember, for an incident involving A, again that same guy, And allegedly, a certain Channel 9 employee named Mr. Previtera, and this incident occurred in his second and final test match. So he played just 2. For full points, I want you to identify who I'm talking about. I want you to say who is chap A. By what name do we know this Channel 9 employee called Mr. Previtera better? And I want you to connect all of these to a popular search engine and a dismissal rule, as in a rule which gets you dismissed in backyard cricket. Complicated funda, but the answer is nice. Team 6. And I will give part points, obviously. So lots of things. This is for team 6. And you can start identifying if you feel like it. So basically 5 parts. Who am I talking about? Who is A? How do we know Mr. Previtera, the Channel 9 employee, better? And what incident links all of them to a popular search engine and a dismissal rule in backyard cricket? So not real cricket, gully cricket kind of stuff. Team 6. I need the other teams to have their answers ready because we will move on. We will finish by 4:30. Okay, team 6. Do we have an answer?
Okay, the guy who made his debut, we are guessing, is Colin Miller.
Colin Miller, okay.
And